Alright guys, so in doing some of my video editing here, I realized that a lot of the installation of the new evaporator, I didn't get a lot of it on video. There was a lot of instruction reading and just a lot of stuff that I just totally forgot to set up a camera and take some videos. So I'm going to run you through part of and show you what we did do here with the installation of the new evaporator. So today's beer is a Belching Beaver Phantom Bride. So really what we did here is, once we got the old evaporator out, came in here, brought the new one in, got it all leveled out. We had to do some fire bricking in it, and from there there's just a lot of fittings that had to be installed, cutting of the roof. So we'll go through that real quick here. So this is our new evaporator. It is a Smoky Lake 2x4 with a hybrid pro pan. So what this pan, how it differs from our other one is, this one is what's called a continuous flow pan. Sap comes in that far hole over there, and it basically will do a serpentine movement here. And then finishes up here in the front pan, where a density gradient is created. As the syrup boils down, it becomes more dense, moves to the front of the pan. What's beneficial about this pan is these little guys back here. There are 7 of these 5-inch drop flues, and what they do is they increase the surface area. And down inside the firebox, I'll just turn on my flashlight here real quick and show you what it does. It causes the fire to go right through those flues right there. You increase the surface area, you increase your boil rate. So pushes the fire through there. This thing, and in a little bit here, you guys will see in the test boil how much more like here, but it boils like there's no tomorrow. So this is the firebox. You can see it's all fully, again, bricked and insulated. Down here we did a test boil, and those grates down there have holes in them. There's a fan, again, that is forced draft, creates more air into the box, which creates a hotter fire. Out here we have another thing that makes this special, is this auto draw system. So like the name suggests, this here will have a set point on it of what the current temperature of the sap inside this pan is. The temperature probe right there. And then there's a set point, which we set to 7 degrees above boiling for that day. So it gets calibrated each day. And then it has an electric valve. So when it hits that set point and we have finished syrup in the front pan, I'll have that little Cambro over there, the little keg that sits underneath here, and it will automatically open the valve and drain the finished syrup into the pan, or into that container. A couple other things that we had to do. We got our hood. Our fabricating shop was a little busy, and they couldn't get the modifications done to the hood in time for this season. So I got a little makeshift tinfoil front lip on here until next season, when we will modify it and make it look a little nicer than that. We went to 10-inch stack pipe on here. 8-inch last year didn't work, and you'll see in a video later on here how much steam this thing puts out and how much it pushes. On the back there is the new fire pipe base stack, all stainless steel. Everything on this thing is stainless steel. And it had cut new holes in the roof to accept the new bigger fire stack and the steam stack. So those are both 10-inch pipes up there. And the last thing that we had to do is we had to install this bulk tank. So this is all gravity fed now. So we'll fill that up, and that feeds our float box over here. And what this float box does is keeps a constant 2 inches of sap in the pan at all times. So I don't kind of just have to watch the bulk tank. Everything else here takes care of itself. We'll be able to see on the outside here all these markings, and that'll sit right at that 2-inch mark the whole time. So this thing's pretty fancy. A lot of work to get it in here. The fire breaking alone took me like 4 or 5 hours to get everything prepped and set out and laid out, the blanket in it, and all of that. So we didn't get a lot of video, or any at all, I guess, of me doing any of that. But we got some videos here of some test boil, so I'm going to include that in here. And then after that, you guys will see us tapping the sugar bush. So we'll see you here in a bit. All right, so we're about to fire it up. I'm going to fill up the pan here. Just going to open our valve and let her buck. Starting to fill up. It's time for a fresh squeeze. We're getting ready to fire it up. Alright, well, we got the fire. My super shiny is now nice and golden. We're starting to get a boil in here, and you're not going to be able to see it, but I can hear it. She's cranking, I can hear her boiling now. And a nice big fire in there. It took about 10 minutes for it to start boiling. Running at right at 1100, which is what they figured I would be running at. So I'll check it back here in a minute. We gotta go check our steam stack. We were running an 8-inch and we couldn't get the steam to evacuate without a fan, so we modified it and made it a 10-inch pipe. Take a look at that. Look at all that steam working like a dream. So all in all, good old test boil, about 30 gallons an hour we figure. When we do our actual boils, we'll get a better number on that, but the hood worked great. Did get a little issue that you gotta fix here, but we'll let the collar up on the roof go and it'll seal that back up. But now I just gotta wait until she's cooled down and drain it all out and disconnect everything, get all the water out of the system, and we'll be ready for when the sap flows.